This is exactly how I build expensive GoHighLevel websites just like this one in 2026. First thing I always do is I open up my GoHighLevel website library in a new tab, starting off with the hero sections page, because that's the first thing that we have to build for a new website. So for this particular example in this video, let's start with this hero section called Hero 2. All we need to do is just click save, name it Hero 2 so we remember what it is, save it as a section template, click save. I won't do that because I already saved it, and then custom CSS, scroll down until you find Hero 2 and copy everything up until the next section starts. Click cancel once again. Then I go into my newly created empty page, click on this add button, go into saved assets, section templates, scroll until you find your Hero 2 wherever it is, and then just drag and drop it. And next thing, of course, is to paste the CSS that you just copied. Click save, and all of a sudden you have your hero section created. And if you preview it, this is exactly how it looks. Out of the box, as you can see, it already comes with a menu, but if you go into the custom CSS, you can switch it off if you want to use a more complex menu, which I'm gonna do right now. So now we just disabled the menu. So the next thing that we have to do is to go into the website library once again, and let's move on to the next section, which is the header/menu section. So let's load that. And in here we have again a selection of menus to choose from. And I'm going to go with the last one, menu 3. Again, same process, just save it, menu 3 as a section template, and copy the code. These ones have a lot of code. As you'll see in just a second, menu 3 starts at line 369 and goes all the way down to 755. So we need to copy that. Go into our newly created page, hit the plus button, save the assets, and let's find menu 3. And we just add it in here. And let's go into the custom CSS and paste the code. Click save, and let's move the menu up. Now, of course, we have to customize it. So the first thing I would do is to set the background transparent. And if we select the section, go to styles, copy the CSS selector, and go into the custom CSS, we can add this line right here and modify the Z index, which in return will place our section on top of the next section. So now we can just move this section, let's say minus 140 pixels top, and as you can see, our menu is on top of the hero section. And of course we need to offset this value so that our text doesn't appear under the menu. So let's just add 180, let's say. Now we need to go into the custom HTML of this menu, and we need to replace the logo so we have an actual image here. And after we add the link in there, if we refresh the page here, this is how it looks. This is our menu, and if we scroll, as you can see, it has that morphing animation. But there are still a few things that we need to do. For example, allow rows to take the entire width, and this should fix our issue with the menu. And this is exactly what it did. Of course, we can play a bit with the menu color so that it's a bit more visible. So let's say 0.5. And as you can see, now it looks like this. And in the preview, it looks just like this. Next thing that I would do, I would just make the links black, and of course the logo black, so everything is a bit easier to read, which is very simple to do. We just change this variable menu 3 link color. We just put black here, and then we click save, and that in return will change our menu items to black. We can do a small CSS trick, which looks like this. We get the class for the logo, and inside it we add a filter which is called invert 100%, which basically will invert the colors of our icon. And this works really well for when you want to turn something white into something black or the other way around. And if we refresh it, as you can see, everything is now black and easier to read. And if we scroll, we get that nice looking morph animation. Now let's make this hero section a bit more interesting. We have to change the text here, and also let's replace the image. And as you can see, this image doesn't look that nice, but if we apply some margins, some negative margins, for example minus 300 pixels, and then on the bottom side minus 200 pixels, then we get something that's pretty cool. And that looks like this. Quite interesting for a hero section, I would say. Now let's move on to the next section, which can be this one. This will be a surprise, and you might know this section from the previous video. I'll show you in just a second. Let me just paste the CSS and click save. This section is a very interesting one because of one element that makes it truly amazing. So let's start from the hero section. If we scroll, we get the morphing effect for the menu. Then we have the parallax effect for the image and for the text, which looks absolutely brilliant. And as you saw, we just copied and pasted components and everything works out of the box, plus a little adjustments in terms of colors and text, but that's easy. And then we get this new section when customers do choose us. This is a section that I designed to display benefits, right? And it works really well for SaaS businesses or even for local businesses, because I already implemented this section for one of my clients and they were absolutely amazed by it. So what exactly is that this component does? So when customers do choose us, and then we have 3 benefits: faster, better AI outputs, and so on. But if we click this switch right here, everything changes. And now we display the drawbacks of not working with us. When customers don't choose us, and then you have the drawbacks, which I think is a really powerful conversion oriented component and works really well with this website in particular. Now let's say I want to display some features of our product. I just go into the features section page, and here we have quite a big selection of sections. We have the features 1 section, which I don't think it works with our current setup. Then we have features 2, which has a grid-like display, and it's quite a big one. Then we have features 3, which compares others with us. I think this one could work really well, and we can actually use this. Then we have features 4, which has a nice button, and then it has the benefits on the side. This one could also work. Then we have this one, which has the text here, and this one, I believe, yeah, it has a nice text plus a colored effect applied to the text. And then we have the features 6, which has this nice looking grid. And I think we are gonna use this one. We just save it and we copy the CSS. Then we go into our page, click the plus button once again, section templates, and let's find hero 6, features 6, sorry. And let's just add it. And now let's just paste the CSS. We are already at over 650 lines of code. And one thing that I want to do, because if we preview it like this, as you can see, we have different colors, and I would like this section to also share the same color as this one. So I believe we have the color in here. For example, for the do text, we have this color, And if we go into the features 6 code, we have this very easy to use variable, which we just change. And if we click save and preview it, as you can see, we just applied the new theme to this section. And this is exactly how our website looks so far with these sections applied. Now, after this benefits section, I would like to add a call to action section. And I think the one that I wanted was called CTA 5. And yeah, it looks like this. And of course, we just have to add some code, which of course pasted from the library, CTA 5. And we of course have to change the color once again, because as you can see, it is blue. But this one is a bit more complex to change because it doesn't use the normal color codes. Instead, it relies on hue, saturation, and light. 160 for hue, 84 for saturation, and 39 for light. Perfect. And now we have this hero section right here. And one thing that I would also do is I would just copy this button and move it in the hero section to also have a nice button in here. And let's also apply some styling to it. And I believe this one has some margin, which we can change like that. And styles to the button, let's add let's add a margin of, let's say 100, maybe something like that. And then we also have a button there. Perfect. And this is how it looks. Of course, there are a ton of enhancements that we can add to make this website look nicer. For example, we can add more spacing between the button and the headline. We can make this button green as well. But of course, the page is not yet finished. So one more thing that I would add is a footer, which is very important. So let's go with footer 1, which looks like this. And let's also add the code as well. And we are at over 800 lines of code. And this is exactly how our footer looks. Very nice. And we can also change the color to this to match the color of our hero section. So we have congruent sections. And this is basically how I create expensive looking GoHighLevel websites in 2026. And if you also want to get access to my GoHighLevel website library and build websites just like this one, click the first link in the description. And if you want to see exactly why most GoHighLevel websites look cheap, then check out this video right here.